Becoming financially independent and retiring early is an increasingly common pursuit for many younger people. The desire to leave the workforce could be due to multiple reasons. Perhaps it's because the company pensions and job security are a thing of the past, or because working 40 hours or more per week isn't very desirable when there are other options. While it might not consist of sitting home all day knitting, reading, and watching TV, early retirement simply means that an individual has reached a level of financial independence when they no longer need to work, allowing them to focus on more enjoyable tasks. This could mean turning a passion into a side business, working a more enjoyable job a few days per week, or pursuing other more fulfilling activities. Although the act of retiring early is shocking to some, it's possible without ever earning a high income or receiving a large monetary windfall. Welcome to Rich Mentality, and if you're interested in improving your financial future, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the like button if this video is helpful. In order to figure out a plan to achieve early retirement, you'll need to calculate your annual expenses. This will allow you to determine how much money you'll need invested in order to generate enough income. Add up major expenses such as housing, transportation, and food insurance, keeping in mind that health insurance costs will rise as you age, clothing, as well as smaller costs like hobbies and entertainment. For example, if you have $50,000 in annual expenses, you'll need approximately $1,250,000 to retire. If your expenses are $100,000 per year, you will need approximately $2.5 million to quit working. This is based on a 4% withdrawal rate deemed to be sustainable by the Trinity Study, a market study done by professors at Trinity University. Using this withdrawal rate, your investments theoretically will last forever and never run dry. In other words, you need approximately 25 times your annual expenses in your portfolio. It's important to also factor in the amount you'll be paying in income tax. Reducing spending is the easiest way to speed up your path to financial freedom if you're not earning a high income. It's been demonstrated by people like Mr. Money Mustache that it's possible to live on a very low income when expenses are carefully monitored, with housing costs being the largest expense of most people's budgets. This is a great area to cut back with multiple options depending on your preferences. When buying a home, don't spend as much as you can possibly afford. Instead, buy something smaller and less expensive, which will likely come with a lower utility and maintenance costs as well as reduced property taxes. Consider buying a duplex and renting out one side while living on the other. That rental income could cover most or all of your mortgage payments and offset other expenses. Look for a properly priced fixer-upper, where value could be easily added through the use of fresh paint, flooring, bathrooms, and landscaping. Rent out extra rooms to some friends and family, or list the space on Airbnb if your market is conducive to vacation rentals. Drive reliable, inexpensive vehicles that are fuel efficient and cut back on the amount you drive in combined trips. It's often underestimated how much it costs to drive, but the IRS estimates that the cost per mile is 62.5 cents in 2022. Try to use free means of transportation when possible. Biking and walking are great forms of exercise. And getting around, take advantage of public transportation if that's an option. Bring lunch to work instead of eating out every day. Cancel subscription services that don't provide much value, and don't waste money on a new phone every single year. These things might sound like they're going to make your life extremely boring, but it's okay to splurge once in a while within reason. If you get a $2,000 bonus at work, you might feel entitled to spend it all on a beach vacation, when in reality it's more reasonable to set $500 of that towards travel and invest the remainder. Sums like this seem like a lot of money, but they can easily be wasted when not hailed. Improperly noticing this behavior will allow you to make educated decisions. Reducing expenses will allow you to save more money for your future, while simultaneously reducing the amount needed to reach financial freedom. Increasing savings is the most important step to reaching your financial goals. This usually comes from a combination of increased income and reduced expenses. Many people are overwhelmed by the amount they'll need to reach their retirement goals. For someone who spends $50,000 per year, you'll need approximately $1,250,000 to retire. It seems like a lot of money to have stashed away in investments, but if you break the amount down to see what really needs to be put away, it's more digestible. For a 25-year-old with no savings who plans on retiring at the age of 50, they'd need to invest about $14,000 per year in order to reach those goals. This might seem like a lot for people who aren't yet accustomed to living on less than they earn, but it gets easier with practice. To put this into perspective, an extra $14,000 per year can be earned by working about 22 hours per week at an entry-level job. Saving this much money is reasonable when earning an average salary and keeping spending in check, especially with our largest budget items. Increasing investment returns is another way to speed up your financial freedom. This can be done in the stock market, but this is commonly done with real estate. Buying a rental property with potential can often yield much higher returns than the overall stock market. For example, if you put $50,000 down on a duplex so it pays you $500 per month after your mortgage and all other expenses, that will provide you with a 12% return on your initial investment, which is higher than the average of the stock market. Your mortgage also gets paid down each month, and a carefully selected property will likely increase in value. This doesn't even consider the tremendous tax benefits of being a real estate investor. Real estate investing does require a significant amount of work, but it's still considered passive income even if it's not as easy as investing in stocks. If you don't think you'll enjoy working with tenants, you'll have to weigh whether or not it's worth it in order to speed up your retirement. Rental properties might also yield better numbers during retirement. Instead of withdrawing 4% of your stock investments, you can spend the entire cash flow amount in the duplex. For example, $500 of cash flow would be free to spend every month, which is 12% of your initial investment. Over time, the mortgage is paid off, the cash flow will increase. It's safe to spend all of the cash flow after budgeting for maintenance and other expenses because the underlying value of the property will always remain. There's no need to worry about spending down the principal. Extensive market knowledge will be required in order to make an educated decision on a profitable rental property, but real estate investing can be easy. With a qualified team of professionals, it's also possible to increase your returns by purchasing individual stocks funds and using investing strategies with greater potential. Choosing stocks, while much riskier than index funds and ETFs, can yield fantastic returns. Don't bet your life savings on one speculative investment, and don't blindly trust that hot stock tip, though many investors purchase funds from sectors which they feel are undervalued or likely to perform well with some proper due diligence in risk-return assessment. A portion of your portfolio might be well suited for this type of investing. Preparing to retire early isn't an extreme task. Delaying gratification will be something you'll get better at over time, but you'll always require the discipline to leave your investments alone so they can continue to compound. Increasing savings amounts by increasing your income when possible and keeping your expenses reasonably low will allow you to achieve your goals. It will be needing some sacrifices, perhaps that will be keeping an old car longer than you prefer or vacationing on a budget. But as you invest more money now, you'll have exponentially more in the future. Combine these behaviors with finding ways to increase your investment returns, and you might find the year ahead of schedule. It's important to analyze your goals so you can strike a balance that will work for you. This way, you're able to enjoy yourself while staying on your track to financial independence.